Hey GlamFam, it's my daughter Zan and myself, Linwood, and we're back again with another quick hair tutorial. And as you can see, Zan is serving up that 80s realness right now. We just took down her twist out. Not yet, Zan, we'll show them in a minute. We just took down her twist out, and so she's been swimming and stuff quite a bit. I will say her hair is a bit moisture deficient, so we're going to be trying out a different line of products today and seeing how that works. Zan, you want to show them what we're using? Turn the bottle so they can see the front. There you go. So we're using Shea Moisture's high porosity line. So her hair is really prone to dryness, and we want to make sure that we're kind of combating that as much as possible. So we got the high porosity shampoo and the high porosity mask. And then I'm going to be styling her out with the high porosity gel. Now, I will tell you these were a little difficult for me to find, so if I can find links to them online, I'll be sure to put them in the description box down below. Okie dokie. Now, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, when it comes down to keeping kids entertained and occupied, how you can do so when you're doing their hair. And the easiest thing for us has been her Amazon Kindle Fire, her little Kindle Fire for kids, which is going to keep me from losing my mind while I work on her hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her shampooed and conditioned, and then we'll get started with the tutorial. Alright GlamFam, so this shampoo that we tried, it was okay. I like the way it felt. It wasn't like, you know, oh my gosh, I've gotta buy like a billion bottles of it. I honestly like the way the standard moisture retention shampoo from Shea Moisture feels on her hair. A little bit better, I think, just because of the slip and the moisture that it gives. But let me tell you, this mask is everything. Look at the curl definition that she has right away. There's no product in this hair at all. It is, it has more slip than any of the other Shea Moisture conditioners I've ever felt before. So I really am impressed by that. It made detangling her hair a breeze, especially considering that she just had it in twists and had been swimming and all that. So we had a little bit of knotting and matting and things that we're trying to go on. So, I mean, you guys can see that curl definition in there. Look how moisturized that hair is and how soft it is. I'm really impressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her parted off, and then we'll actually start the braiding portion of the tutorial. Alright you guys, so I want you to see my braiding pattern, or my sectioning pattern here, because when you're doing designer braids, sectioning is everything. So you guys can see here, I have the left side of her head here. Let me get where I've got some lighting helping me out. I have the left side of her hair here sectioned off, and then just coming down this side from about the parietal ridge straight back, I've got it sectioned off that way, and then we just hit at the halfway mark. So we're going from let's say about a low recession point here just beneath the parietal ridge, I'd say by about maybe 1.5 to 2 inches, and going straight back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by creating a cornrow that comes straight down like this, and another one that comes straight down just behind it. Alright GlamFam, so I'm going to go ahead and start off by parting off here, and hopefully you guys can see how meticulous I am about getting my part lines just right. Her hair is a little bit thinner in that hairline portion because she was blessed with my hairline, and we have those natural deep receding points there. But we're just going to braid down, I'd say about maybe 1.5 to 2 inches beyond where it stops off the scalp. Now you guys can see I am using a metal tail comb. The reason for that is because it helps me to get incredibly clean part lines, which are so crucial when you are doing designer braids. So if you don't have one of these, I would highly recommend you get one. I'll try to find a link to one and put it in the description box below for you as well. Alright you guys, so once you have finished doing these two braids, what you want to do when you finish these braids, you're going to braid down a little ways off the scalp like so. So I'm going to now go ahead and just bring this braid up to where I have this third section parted off here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up at the corner of that braid, or that section, and just continue braiding. So as you guys can see here, I'm just continuing this braid right on down. Now if you don't know how to cornrow, I do have a tutorial for that too. I will see if I can link it in the card up top or in the description box below, somewhere in one of those, just so that way if you're not real familiar with cornrowing, you can pick it up, because when I tell you can do some really intricate styles of cornrows, it is amazing. At any rate, we're just continuing this process of crossing over, picking up that hair, and continuing to braid down. It's not like a super difficult thing. I will say it does take a little bit of getting used to, but you guys can see I pick up my strands just like I was, pick up that hair, and then I just turn and braid in the same direction that I was going before. Please do not overcomplicate this. I see so many people who struggle. They're trying to get it just right and get it perfect. And I'll tell you now, when you're first starting, it just doesn't work. So once I get to the end, you guys can see instead of continuing the crisscross, I parted straight back. So I'm gonna turn this braid straight back, and it's just because I want my braids to end a certain way. Once I've done that, I'll go ahead and pin that hair off, and then I'll cross over and then braid that hair straight back, and we'll do the exact same thing there. So I know it's probably a little like, wait, why not continue the crisscross? I've been doing this style for many years, and when I tell you, like, it never turns out like I want it to if I continue the crisscross beyond a certain point. So, you know, time and experience has just taught me that. Now this bottom section, it just wasn't deep enough for me to feel like I would want to do a crisscross, so I decided to do 3 straight back braids, which I'll explain more in a moment. I'm basically gonna let the star of the show be the star of the show and not do anything extra by trying to do too many of these crisscross patterns. Okay, GlamFam, so I decided I was going to go ahead and do 3 straight ones here just because I want these 2 to stand out and I really want it to be symmetrical all the way back. So here I'm literally just braiding these straight back without any type of curvature, anything like that. I just want to go ahead and get those taken care of. I feel like it'll add a little something without it being too much. You want to be careful about certain designs because it can be really busy, and I don't want it to be something that's too distracting, especially being that, like, in this small section I can't really get all the detail and design that I want up here. So this allows me to kind of keep this hair out of the way and to also ensure that we are kind of spotlighting the design on there of what we want. Alright, so now that we've got that done, I'm going to go through here and, Zan, can you turn your head a little bit this way? Perfect. I'm going to go through here and begin doing this section the exact same way. So we just come down, part off a section, and I'm doing it at a slight angle, just kind of following the natural angle of her hairline. She has my hairline, it's a little wonky, but that's okay. So I don't know, it definitely requires you to kind of focus. Each person's hairline is going to be a little bit different, so you do want to customize it for that. Zan, is this hurting at all?
No.
Okay. Are you excited about how your hair's going to turn out?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and flip back into voiceovers so that way I can speed this up some. Okay, you guys, so we're just continuing this process throughout the hair, and you guys can see I've sped it up quite a bit because we already went through this, and I just don't want to skip over it and have you guys feeling like I left something crucial out of the mix. I will say the smaller your braids are, the more neat and intricate this design is going to look. So if you're trying to do like super jumbo braids, you can, but just don't expect it to look like, oh my gosh, what celebrity did your hair? It's just gonna look like, oh, that's kind of cute, I guess. Okay, all right. Alright, GlamFam, so once I get to this last section here, instead of just continuing that same pattern and trying to figure out what to do with this inside braid, what I usually do is just go ahead and go in and section that in half, like so. I should use my other comb, it gives me cleaner parts. So I'm going to section it in half. And we're going to make it to where it's 2 sections, top and bottom. And turn just a little bit for me. There we go. So 2 sections, top and bottom, like so. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pin that top section up and out of my way. And then from there, we're just going to curve this braid right here. So, let's see, turn just a little bit, Sam, right there. We're gonna go ahead and turn it, and just by changing your body position, you can actually adjust which way that braid wants to go. Once we have done that, I'm just gonna take it and keep it moving. So we'll pin that off to the side. Now this braid here is gonna be done slightly differently because we're still gonna cross over. So we're gonna actually cross it over and then just pick up where this top section of hair is here. So I'm gonna go ahead, unbraid that just a little bit and bring it on over. Pick up a little bit of hair to start me out, and then I'm just going to continue braiding from there straight back. So hopefully you guys can kind of see how this braiding pattern is. And then we're gonna get into the remainder of the style. On the rest of the style, I'm gonna be using Shea Moisture's Moisture Retention Gel. Or another moisture retention gel, I'm sorry, their High Porosity Moisture Seal Styling Gel, which is the longest name ever, but I'm gonna be using this on the rest of the hair. Alright, so we'll go ahead and remove all these pins, and then we'll get started.
Okay, so as you guys can see, I started at the nape and I am just going through and 2-strand twisting this hair. Now, I will tell you that I do have a bit of a brick laid pattern here, but beyond that, I don't have anything overly complex going on. And they are slightly larger sections because I want them to be juicy, fat caterpillar twists. So we're just gonna continue that process. Up here, I'm skipping about 2 braids just for the sake of fullness of these. 2 braids is not a standard rule or a rule of thumb by any means. It's just based on what size you want your twists and how thick your model's hair is. So as you guys can see, look how easy it is for me to part through this hair with this Shea Moisture line. Like usually there's a little bit more tug and pull than that. So you guys can see I use a very small amount of gel and I'm gonna work it through the hair and then just continue twisting in a brick laid pattern.
Alright you guys, so whenever I am doing individual twists or braids, to make it look thicker, I always like to brick lay my pattern. Just like so. So basically what I'm doing is, if my previous ones, the part lines were here, here, and here, I'll go right in between in the middle of that block for my part line on my next section, just like so. And it just helps to make it look thicker when you are totally finished with the look. If you would like a tutorial on how to do 2-strand twists, let me know in the comment section below, and I will gladly do one for you because I have a tutorial for 3 strands, but surprisingly not for 2 strands.
Alright, lovely. So this is the after, and you guys can see the braided design on the sides. I'm going to have her turn so you can see the back, and when I tell you this movement stayed even after her hair dried, I've never felt her hair this soft. It was amazing. I will be recommending this product to clients and everything, and I will say she's pretty happy, which you'll be able to see in a moment because she'll be looking in there at herself. This is her outfit. She insisted I show it. It came from Carter's, by the way. And here I had walked off, but you can see she was feeling herself as I came back. It was like, girl, what are you doing?
Alright GlamFam, so we are totally finished with her hair, and let us know what you guys think in the comment box down below. Sam, can you let them see the other side? There we go. Hold on, and move right back in the shot. There we go. So you look very pretty to me. What do you think of it?
I think it's beautiful.
Wonderful. Okay, so we are having Daddy-Daughter Day. So we're gonna go and grab a bite to eat, and I think we're gonna possibly play a little bit, and then I might beat her up. Take care, God bless, and alright GlamFam, what else should we say?
Stay glam.
Yeah, stay glam. Take care you guys. Bye-bye. I just want to bite you.
Daddy?
Let me bite you.
No.
Please? It's my job.
Fine.